April the 27th, Saturday, 1:38. New Manticore owners. Maybe you've got you one of those babies on order. Now, you don't have to be a expert to order that machine. You don't even have to be an intermediate level detector. You could be a beginner and get that machine. My first machine wasn't, it was a Wise V3i, okay? Think about that. What's sharpshooter's advice to the new users of the Manticore? Take it out the first couple of times, run it in default settings, all-terrain high conductor, or all-terrain general, or all-terrain low conductors. If you're a money hunter, run all-terrain high conductors or general. If you're a gold ring hunter, maybe run all-terrain general or all-terrain low conductors. If you're going to be in a high iron side as a beginner, run all-terrain low conductors. Leave the upper ferrous limits as is. Now, I can't remember, but you can go in and look at the machine, the stabilizer. There's a stabilizer sitting on there. I can't remember what the default is. You might want to turn that to about 4 or 6. Get the feel of that machine. Speed 5. Speed 6 maybe in the higher iron. Get the feel of it. Sensitivity. I probably wouldn't run the sensitivity anywhere over 23. 21, 22, get the feel of it. Get the feel of how to ground balance it, how to noise cancel it, get used to the menu. And then you can get the feel of the default on the machine. One tone, all tone, one region, all tones is where I would recommend you go, but now there's other selections you can try. Play with the pinpoint button in the wild. Look at the trace data. Look at the trace data with pinpoint. Look at the trace data with the horseshoe button in, out. Alright. Don't expect to get that machine and go out and be ace number 1 with it after 2 Audis, okay? I couldn't do that with that machine, and remember, I knew how to run an Equinox when my lab sent me that thing to test. All right, so don't sell that machine short just after a couple of outings, thinking, "Oh, this thing ain't no count," because I know that's untrue. There's been a few people out there that's pulled that stunt. All right. What else? Now there's some tone options and there's some tone adjustability on that machine. You can do some of this on inside the house, and that machine, by the way, when you adjust the program settings, it stays that way at turn off and comes back that way at turn on. So if you're a DS2 experienced person or a DS1 experienced person and you've bought that Manticore, it don't do like either one of those machines in the factory programs. The Manticore stays intact unless you reset it. If you get confused on that machine and you can't figure out what you did or whatever and you want to reset it, by all means, reset the machine. I believe the user's manual may list the default settings. Don't hold me to that. You can reset it, start over. Sharpshooter's done that. All right. Putting that call on that detector. Be mindful of how that bolt goes through there. Get that lined up good. Don't cross thread that nut down there in that little threaded part on that lower rod. Take your time and look at it. Okay? What else is there? Learn how to pair the headphones. I don't believe it's too difficult. It's a lot like the Equinox was if you're an Equinox person, but maybe you weren't. You do have screen brightness adjustment on the detector. It does take a while to charge that detector, okay? So keep that in mind. Charge it up. You can play with that machine safely for 7 hours in about any mode before you have to worry about battery going dead. Some modes will go for longer depending on which ones. Frequency. Let's see, what else is there? Don't be afraid to noise cancel a machine frequently. If you feel like you're getting confused what's on the call, noise cancel it just to be sure. Let me turn the camera off and think here for just a minute or two. Alright. Depending on which mode you're in the detecting scenario, you may see ID difference on a target between modes, especially between all-terrain high conductor and all-terrain low conductor. Okay? You can go out and dig targets. I've put up a lot of videos on that machine. They're good videos, okay? You will see a lot of what I show in these videos in the wild. Alright? But now remember, you got to get over them scenarios to see, you know, you're not going to see everything in every video on every hunt. It's not going to happen. And some of those videos would be more maybe for an advanced user. Well, it's all right for you to watch the video. Maybe you don't want to dwell on it too much, but you sort of watch it, and then when you start using the machine and you'll start spotting things and then whatever, and maybe you want to go back and watch the video. Okay? Now, there could be some differences noted as far as version run. Okay, remember the Manticore's had some updates, so keep that in mind. People receiving those units, it probably has the latest update in it, but I'm not 1,000% sure of that. So check your version. Go to MindLab's site. I don't believe the headphones are submergible. I'm not sure. Maybe they're rainproof. Look at the precautions to take with the equipment. You know, the detector is waterproof. But I believe that cap on the back, you know, read the directions on that detector. If you're going to the beach, read the directions. Don't take anything for granted, and don't take anything for granted that some YouTuber, to include a sharpshooter, has told you about precautions using your equipment. Read the manual. Any YouTuber could make an honest mistake, even the sharpshooter. Sometimes these videos you can have some wind and you can't hear good. Maybe somebody has misspoke. Alright? I don't think it's that hard of a detector to run. If you're coming off of an Equinox, a DS1, a DS2, it's not going to be too hard to run. It's not going to be really too hard to run if you come off an E-Track or CTX, because you're going to find out you can swing faster and accomplish a lot of times the same, instead of out there slowly getting that call around like you do on one of them in some detecting scenarios. You might want to have a look. I don't generally do this too often, but hey, you might want to have a look at Mental Metal YouTube channel. See what he says about the Manticore. Okay? He's a good one to have a look at. I don't recommend you look at... there's some channels I wouldn't recommend. Some channels, they're not giving you what you need to know. You know, to go out and dig every swinging signal with a metal detector is not teaching a person much about metal detecting, in my opinion. Select digging is a big part of metal detecting too, especially with a Manticore, because it's capable. You know, I don't want to go out and dig junk all the time, depending where I'm at. Well, anyway, that's going to conclude the video. If any new Manticore owner sees some of my later videos, Just go to one of my later videos and post a comment. Don't go back and find a video that's up 10 years old, because I don't monitor them too many times for comments. Go to one of the later videos. It ain't even got to be a video about the Manticore. If you want to put a comment and I'm talking about a different detector and you have a question, feel free to ask it. I'll see it and see if I can answer it for you. I may even do a video to answer your question for you, thinking maybe other people have the same question. That's going to conclude the video. Good luck out there.